Okay, we can be live here. Yeah. Gonna get my incense. Tell you about, I'm a movie buff. I don't drink pop no more. Don't drink soda no more, but there's Dr. Pepper. And yesterday I rewatched San Andreas and The Truman Show. 2 movies yesterday. So I'm an official movie buff. Official it is. Yeah, and the San Andreas Fault is right by me. I'm in California. And I just put on Twitter a really good interview that he did with somebody on earthquakes coming. And you can check out that. That's Stefan Burns. And then the Truman Show is exactly what's going on right now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. All right. So, in the movie The Truman Show, I was drawn to the exit sign on the door at the end. And in the San Andreas Fault, I was drawn to the 2 exit signs. I believe it was when they were in the airplane on the doors. Okay? And Astro wanted me to tell you that a lot of you are not going to be doing projects. A lot of you are going to be exiting out. So don't get too wrapped up in this money stuff, whether it's coming true, whether it's fake, whether you're going to get your appointment, whether you're not, because when you go to your redemption appointment, it might be just an exit appointment. Okay, and that's where I'm headed. I'm headed to donations and exiting. Okay, now for any of you that are staying here for your projects, like the San Andreas movie, there will be a lot of rebuilding to do. Just like now what's going on with, I believe it's Venezuela, and they're talking about rebuilding. That's going to be the whole theme. The whole theme is going to be rebuilding, literally and not literally. The exit people are going to be going home to their home planets where they can come in and help. And that's where I want to be. So, if you don't hear me talking a lot about the quantum financial system or the appointments from this point on, I want you to know it's because I'm kind of going to the next level after that, and I'm not going to be dwelling a lot on it here. But for those of you that are following silver, gold, ding dongs, and zims, you definitely can keep me posted, and if I hear anything, I will definitely keep you posted. And if I do have to sign an NDA, which is a non-disclosure agreement with the higher ups, I will be the first to tell you, and I will try to still do these, but I can't guarantee anything. Okay, but as of right now, let's put all that behind us. Let's give it to the light. Okay, and let's move forward, because I want to bring you messages from Astro. Like the exit points are very important. In that movie, they were telling me, you're going to be exiting. You're not staying here to rebuild. Okay, you're much higher than that. You guys that are in this cosmic journey, we're going to be helping those that are doing their projects. Okay, now the other thing I found fascinating was on the shorts today, we did Def Leppard Animal, and between the card rebirth and self-expression was the golden thread. And the golden thread came from my pendulum, and one of the gold threads got caught in the card, and so when I pulled rebirth, then I went to self-expression, you see a gold thread follow the card because it got stuck, right? Very significant, they said, because we're cutting cords right now. The best thing you can do right now is cut the cords and plan on your exit route. Or if you're on a lower timeline, you want to really get your project written up good and presented, ready to present it good. And if your new financial system doesn't come through, I want you still to go towards your project. So if that means you have to get another job, you have to get education, you have to take out a loan, whatever you have to do, but I want your project to be number one. Us that are leaving, we just need to focus on the exit. We really do. And how do you do that? Just like I'm doing with you. I'm just giving you the downloads, putting one foot in front of the other, and staying as high vibe as you can. I'm also getting from this shorts. Animal is talking about lust. If you watch the movie, if you watch the video and you look at the lyrics, it's talking about lust. It's talking about we need to get rid of that lust. And that's also what's happening with these cards that I'm going to go over. Lust has to go. And I said yesterday about purity and the Empress and not exchanging bodily fluids, and I mean that. So some of you that are on the highest level, whether you get a physical person in 4D or not, you need to get rid of that part. And that's where it's hard. When the Hierophant lands on your lap, you know the message is coming to you. We need to go higher. Just like I didn't want to give up alcohol. That was my best friend. But I could never go higher if I would have stayed with my alcohol. So it's not comfortable to get rid of things. It's not comfortable to get rid of smoking and sex and alcohol. But in order to exit, you're going to have to. Okay? So I'm going to do the pendulum here for you. And we're just going to see if you can exit with lust. And it immediately went to no. Okay, so we want to get rid of lust? And it went immediately to yes. Okay, so there's the pendulum, and you saw the gold cord get cut, get lifted out after the rebirth to self-expression card. St. Michael said it's time to leave that unhealthy situation, and the problem's already resolved. You just have to say okay to it. Okay? So you've already got the lust demon out of you. You just have to say no to exchanging the bodily fluids. Okay? And now we're going to go into a few more of these because it's really a hard card. 5 of Cups was the last card out because it gives you disappointment and it gives you self-pity. I know I didn't want to leave my stuff behind. I didn't want to leave my alcohol and my smoking and my sex and my gambling, but it's all gone. I didn't even want to let go of Dr. Pepper, but I did get rid of soda pop too, and I just drink water, tea, and coffee. I even got rid of milk, and I used to drink milk every day. Okay, Queen of Pentacles, everything that I just said, you have everything you need to do this. 7 of Swords, don't listen to the deceptions and the lies, and leave your hind behind. Leave your hinder behind, okay? That makes sense, don't it? Quit pulling out your hinder. Quit getting naked. Yeah. Your future self says you've made peace with the past and move forward because judgment is here, Be useful, happy, and free. Judgment is here. Know thyself. And we used to have on the back of our medallion, to thine own self be true and know thyself. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and do some cards here from the Mage Tarot deck, my favorite deck. Randomly at the bottom is the Knight of Cups, which is my male mermaid card. So we're going towards love. And see, the other thing too, what I'm hearing from Astro is the sooner you do this, the sooner you connect to your mission partner, twin flame soul mate, and the sooner you're going to exit. It's kind of like the Truman Show. If he would have slipped back, he would have never exited. If he wouldn't have made the conscious decision to exit, he wouldn't have exited. He would have stayed. And he had to keep going forward even when the storm came. And he had to say, you know what? I'm getting out of this place. And I've been here for so many lives that there's no doubt in my mind that I'm exiting. But I had to stay to the end because I started this shit. Us original 18, we started this. Listen to my regression. Go deep with my regression. We started this all, so I had to stay and finish it. And that's why I've had so many lives. Because some of you are probably wondering, why did she have 1118 with all them zeros lives? Why didn't she exit out? Because I came here on a mission and I had to complete it. Victory, 7 of Wands, everything I just said. I came here with the mission and I had to complete it. We were kidnapped, we were hijacked, we were messed with for a long, long time. A long time. I can't even tell you how many longs. As many zeros as I have behind my 1118 is how long we have been fighting this. And it hurt. There's the Four of Swords. It was not easy, everything I just said. But we are on a quest. We are Q. We are the queen and the king. I said the queen. I made up a new word. The queen. Queeng. The queen. That's the king and the queen. And they were together the other day and I messed with that wording and it came up the king and the queen of questing. So this is definitely a partnership. It's just that the partnerships aren't all together yet because you're not all balanced yet. Somebody was still holding on and St. Michael's saying, quit holding on. And if you keep holding on, then the soul contract has to be rewritten again. And you will stay here and rebuild, and the person that is moving on will move on. So don't fall for the deceptions and the lies. The 7 of Swords. Stay the emperor. Become all 4 kings. Be the emperor. Okay. Now, we've got celebration and we've got victory. The 3 of Wands. But the emperor just fell on the floor with the 7 of Swords. So what that's telling me is that he does triumph over the lies because he's on top of it and they fell on the floor. So it's like the Truman Show. He might have to go through some storms and he might have to really work his way through the lies and the deceptions to exit. But there is going to be victory. So if you haven't seen that movie, definitely watch The Truman Show. And then when I was talking about the San Andreas Fault, that's what I'm talking about with all the catastrophes that are happening and going to happen on the lower timelines. That's why the projects are going to be so important, because you have to rebuild and you have to have money to do it. It's an in and out energy, but it's the Ace of Wands. So we just had the 3 of Wands, the 7 of Wands, and now we have the Ace of Wands. And it is a yes. It is a yes. You do get victory over the lies, but it's challenging. But as in the Seven of Wands and the Three of Wands, it is victory. Okay? And keep contemplating. So whether you're exiting or whether you're doing your project, Four of Pentacles. Keep moving forward with it. This is my space card. Keep going within. See, by you watching this video and you hearing me talk about we need the Emperor to go to Hierophant, and in order for the Hierophant to be successful, he has to have conquered the Emperor's challenges. What are the Emperor's challenges, right? You've already been all four kings. Now, your Emperor, what are the lies and the deceptions that you have to conquer being an Emperor? Because in order to get your goddess, you have to become the high priest. You have to become the Hierophant after the Emperor, okay? What challenges does the Emperor have to go through to become the Hierophant? Then the Hierophant gets his goddess, which is the Empress, getting through her challenges. So right now, I'm an Empress going through my challenges. What are my challenges? My challenges are not falling back into anything that the four queens were doing, okay? Whether it's greed, it's the seven deadly sins, okay? None of them, you can't get out of balance, okay? So look up the seven deadly sins, and you can't go backwards into getting them unbalanced. They've got to stay neutral, okay? Then the Empress also and the Emperor can't fall for the lies right now. So I'll give you a good example. You decide instead of exiting, you want to do a project and stay here for 200 to 1,000 more years and rebuild. Well, that's actually a downgrade for the Empress and the Emperor, because they're supposed to go to Hierophant and Goddess level, and they're supposed to exit out of here and stay on their spaceship, but they decided they want to do a project here. They want to have a horse farm in Georgia. Okay, well, that's fine and dandy, but then they're going to stay Emperor and Empress. Okay, and that's fine. So you have to go within the Hermit and figure out what you want to do. I know what I want to do. So that's that contemplation card. I want to stay in space and help you guys out here. So I've already decided my challenge now is not to fall backwards. That's why I have such strict boundaries. That's why I'm not taking somebody in unless they're the one. Okay? And the King of Pattern is the one. Okay? He's the one for the Queen. Okay? But he has to be in his Empress and Emperor mode, meaning he has to be beyond the King of Pentacles. This was our last and our most prominent King and Queen right now, Pentacles, right? Because they're the ones that have to be stable and know that they have everything that they need, and they don't need the quantum because they're beyond that, but that's where they're at right now. They're stable enough to do this with or without each other. King of Pentacles. But they're going towards love, their Page of Cups, their Page of prima donnaism. So they're taking their King of Pentacles, but they're following their heart, and now they're going towards love. They've already figured all this financial stuff out, and they've decided that justice will be served, and that's why we're here over and over and over again, because justice is being served. The yin and the yang are coming together. The illusions are being shown to you. The Moon card, we had that in the shorts. The illusions. You're going to be done seeing the world like the Truman Show. He finally saw through the illusions. San Andreas Fault. they finally seen through the illusions and realized that Mother Nature is stronger than science, than buildings, skyscrapers, and love is more important than money. They found that out in the San Andreas Fault 2 movie. Okay, and we're going to end with soul contract, the Two of Cups. So you've got the soul contract is all what we're playing out, and it's the very end of the soul contract. So back to what I said in the beginning. We're at that point right now where we have to rewrite our soul contract if our emperor or our empress falls for the lies that are coming towards her or him now. What are the lies that are coming towards you right now? For an emperor and an empress, it's that you can stay with 7 deadly sins out of balance, and that maybe that money is more important than your mission. Those are the things you have to stay away from. We're going to go to our redemption appointment. We're going to fulfill our Two of Cups, but we're going to say we want to donate, we want to exit out. And if you get your physical partner sooner than later, you can't fall for the lust. And how many people are going to fall for the lust? How many people are going to fall for the money? Oh yeah, a lot. So soul contract class is not being closed because it needs to stay open. Okay, I am Miss Mystic, and don't forget, you always can do this alone. You don't need to have somebody to help you. You have a whole soul family, and I see you every night and love you guys. I am Miss Mystic. Thank you for listening.